Could you lift a car or a helicopter if your life depended on it?
Let's talk about that.
Good mythical morning.
Today we're gonna be talking about the subject of superhuman strength, exploring some of the science behind it, and also testing our own physical limits.
Okay, right off the bat, let me hit you with a handful of superhuman strength cases, AKA hysterical strength.
Oh,
and
wow,
that's
hilarious.
These cases are not hysterical in a hilarious sense. It's when you enter a state of hysteria and that translates into strength.
10-4.
Yeah, you're familiar with just the general concept of this, but let's get real specific.
Okay.
2006, Tucson, Arizona. Tim Boyle lifted.
That's very specific.
Tim Boyle lifted a 3,500-pound Camaro.
Camaro, huh?
Oh yeah, off of a teenager who'd been hit and pinned underneath it.
Oh, wow. Camaros are cool though, I'll give them that much.
They're not cool when there's one on top of you that just hits you.
No, but
I'm just gonna go out on a limb.
But when we were in high school, when you drove up in a Camaro, you were cool.
It was like, I wanna get hit by that one day.
Man, if I gotta be under anything, it's gonna be one of them.
1988, Hawaii, on the set of a Magnum PI, a small helicopter crashed into a drainage ditch. I don't know why I'm laughing, I shouldn't be.
Oh, that helicopter.
It trapped the pilot, Steve Cooks.
That sucks.
Crew member Warren Tiny
Sucks for cooks.
Everall lifted the helicopter off Cooks, saving his life.
That's amazing.
A man named Tiny is probably a really large guy.
His name is probably ironic, right? He's probably a really large dude. So.
He probably lifted helicopters all the time. He's just waiting for one to land on Cooks.
Oh, you're acting like you don't believe this.
So he could get it off of him.
Okay. And Magnum PI, that was cool too, man.
That was cool. There was a helicopter in the opening scene. And in some episodes, pivotal at moments, but not the one that crashed.
And it was a pretty small helicopter, but it's still a helicopter. I mean, humans aren't supposed to lift those.
If your name is Tiny, you can. Thailand, after the 2004 tsunami hit the coast, model Petra Nemkova suffered internal injuries and a shattered pelvis, but she still clung to a palm tree for 8 hours before rescue.
She probably looked pretty good doing it too.
I think it's clung. She's
a model.
She clung to a palm tree for 8 hours. In 2008, in New Zealand, a semi-truck driver lost control and drove partially off a cliff. Picture like the cab of the truck like dangling over the cliff.
Every movie with a rig in it.
This really happened. An 18-year-old dude came to the scene. Peter Hahn was his name. He smashed through the back glass of the rig with his bare hands, pulled the guy out, and brought him to safety as the rig swayed beneath his feet.
Wow.
You can't just break glass with your bare hands.
Not normally, that's
on an
true.
automobile, much less a rig.
True.
It's amazing. Last one, 2012, a tornado in Marysville, Indiana was tearing homes to shreds. One Stephanie Decker used her own body to shield her two children from the 175-mile-per-hour winds. Dude, she had a punctured lung.
Mom shield. 7
broken ribs, 2 crushed legs, both of which later had to be amputated. Her children didn't suffer a scratch.
Okay, so these are amazing hysterical cases.
Yeah.
But the question
Hysterical
is,
strength.
What's going on here? Are these people assuming some sort of superhuman status? Something that is almost unbelievable in order to do this?
Drop some science, man.
Well, there's a lot to this because, first of all, none of these cases are really well documented, right? I mean, it isn't like there's a controlled environment. A lot of this is based on testimonial evidence and people's stories, that kind of thing.
Anecdotal.
It isn't the controlled environment where you have
a lab?
The scientific method. So, and if you wanted to study this kind of thing, it isn't like you can just be like, hey, ma'am, can I drop a Camaro on your child and see if you'll take it off?
Not if the scientists sounded like that.
Unethical. All scientists that I've ever dealt with talk like this and always incorporate Camaros into all their studies because they're cool.
No, you would never do that.
But there is some science to this, and that is the fact that when you're in a dangerous situation, the brain sends out a signal to your adrenal gland, and then your adrenal gland causes adrenaline, noradrenaline, that was something I didn't know existed until I started looking into this, and cortisol to enter the bloodstream, basically sending energy and oxygen to your muscles. You become more flexible, you've got more energy and oxygen in your muscles, so you are actually stronger than you normally are. And then the cortisol actually diverts energy away from some non-essential functions like your immune system, your reproductive drive. Don't think about that when you're in hysterics, and digestion.
No, but I will point out the thing about digestion. I mean, you say, you know, I got so scared I feel like I need to change my pants. It's like you just said that won't happen. You're not gonna crap yourself if you're really scared. If you're really in a fight or flight situation, don't worry about crapping yourself, just take action.
No, I would say I think maybe there's like one big evacuation and then after that, it just, you know.
That's just you saying that. That's not science.
I'm not a scientist.
The science of cortisol says the opposite.
There's also a state called analgesia, which is the inability to feel pain, which kind of explains this mom shielding her children. Obviously, she was experiencing some traumatic things on her back and on her legs, but she's so focused on the children that she essentially doesn't focus on the pain, because there is this increased focus even mentally on the task right before you. So the conclusion is that there is science to support this, but you don't become superhuman. There's no Superman situation here. It's just you become your absolute highest potential of strength, agility, and focus when you're in those situations. And sometimes if you're the right person in the right situation, that will lead to being able to lift a helicopter, but it probably means like kind of like teetering a helicopter and somebody gets out.
Unless your name is Tiny.
It's not supernatural.
Let me add another data point. I have experienced this. I have experienced superhuman strength.
A Camaro?
And superhuman, well, behind the wheel lots of times as I'm driving in traffic around here, I almost rear end people pretty frequently.
I can attest to this.
And I have to slam on brakes and dodge, you know?
All the freaking time.
And so you slam on brakes, but then you're so close, you're going so fast that you also have to swerve in order to miss them.
Yeah.
And every time that happens, I experience a rush of superhuman arm steering strength. I'm not exaggerating when I say that, like, from the elbow down, there's a tingling sensation. I have super grip on the wheel. Sometimes I'll be having like a coffee in this hand, and then I'll be steering with this hand.
It's impressive.
And then when it's over, I'm like breathing fast, and like the adrenaline is like coursing through my forearms.
But can I point something out? You have power steering. It isn't like it's 1928 and you're like, I mean, the car's still doing the work.
That's true, but I have super steering ability.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I've only rear-ended somebody once, and I've almost rear-ended about 40 people.
Totally true. Now, I personally, as a pseudoscientist, I don't think you've necessarily proven anything, but you are going to have the opportunity to prove something, as I will, because we had devised a series of challenges that we're going to be doing over the next few weeks to test the limits of our own physical strength and endurance. And there are some emotional stakes because one of us is going to get a prize. It's time for the Airheads Bites Can't Stop, Won't Stop Challenge. Each week we'll be competing against each other in a ridiculous challenge to see who can last the longest.
And then at the end of 4 weeks and 4 challenges, one of us will be declared the winner, and that person will get to sit on a beanbag with a bunny while wearing a blue tuxedo, eating bacon as his buddy tells him a bedtime story about how awesome he is in a British accent.
I'm looking forward to that. Today's challenge is called Waiting Weighted Waiters. All right, in this challenge, we are going to be standing here with these serving trays, having plates added in equal number and measure at the same time. Whoever drops a plate first loses.
Your elbows cannot touch your sides because that gives you a fulcrum advantage.
No fulcrum advantage here,
all right,
boys and girls.
Let's go. 3, 2, 1, plate me! All right.
Whoa.
You could try to center them a little better, but... oh my goodness.
I've never been in the service business.
The burn's already happening.
And I'm beginning to know why.
Oh goodness, guys.
Because I don't like vests.
Gotta breathe, gotta get oxygen to those.
Hold on, at least getting close on those elbows now.
They're not touching. Oh crap! I just made up a word.
Those elbows are close.
Oh!
Oh, it's, look, the right elbow is totally touching. His right elbow is totally.
No, it's not.
It's totally touching. It's totally touching over there.
Ow, my toe!
Would you like some plates? I've got 1 plate, 2 plates.
Okay, well, Airheads Bites may have long-lasting flavor, but Link, you don't have any long-lasting plate holding ability like
I got
me.
steering ability though.
I'm the winner! You can look forward to 3 more challenges in the upcoming weeks.
Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing.
And thanks to Airheads Bites for sponsoring this episode.
You know what time it is.
I'm Carter from Ontario, Canada, and it's time to spin the wheel of mythicality.
Airheads Bites have the same tangy, bold fruit flavors and chew of Airheads, but now they're in easy-to-eat bite-sized pieces. To find Airheads Bites in a store near you, click on the link in the description.
And click through to Go Mythical More and find out what famous superhero originated from a true story of hysterical strength.
Everything Rhett says is heartbreaking. Hey, I was gonna see if you wanted to go to my Pilates class with me today.
What? You have a Pilates class?
Yeah, I'm getting a lot more flexible, and I feel like I've got a better outlook on life.
Tell me you're not getting more flexible.
Well, I'm holding this thing. Get the jacks back onto there so we can keep working on it.
Held it up that whole time.
That's amazing.
Never crawl under an Impala.